The wrestling business is no stranger to tragedy or loss. However, in more recent times, the pitfalls have been very few and far between. We're thankful and fortunate that this current generation does not carry over the bad habits of the previous ones. Not a lot of these guys and girls are gonna make great episodes of Dark Side of the Ring, which is a wonderful thing. For the better part of a decade, we've still lost forefathers, pioneers, legends, and even just a few days ago with the very epitome of all those titles in Terry Funk. But tragedies, just in this past year, we lost Jamin Pugh, better known to Ring of Honor fans as Jay Briscoe, in a car accident. And just a few days ago, we lost Windham Rotunda, Bray Wyatt, due to a heart attack. Bray was just 36 years old, still in the prime of his life, gearing up for a big return, had a beautiful fiance, 4 amazing children. I just found myself asking, why did this happen? And I dealt with a lot of personal loss over the past 3 years myself. Losing my grandmother and one of my best friends, Jeff. And honestly speaking, this has been a really rough month for me personally. And like so many of you, I'm a huge fan of Bray Wyatt. So this news hit me really hard. My friend Jeff used to call me a fiend for the fiend. But the truth is, I've been a Firefly from the very beginning. My love for the Bray Wyatt character goes back to the original vignettes for the Wyatt family. That was the summer leading into my junior year of high school, and I was so captivated and mesmerized by the unique nature of this swamp, cult, backwoods, bayou group, and the allure of his promos and just how charismatic Bray was. It was such a fresh character and direction, just something that layered we did not get back in those days of WWE. Taking it a step further, Bray inspired me so much as a creative, and the very first few videos that I did on this channel, whenever it was still called Enlightened Comedy, was drawn so much on those original vignettes. I wanted to capture that same feeling and presence that those vignettes gave me in that initial character. And it was a way for me to do our debut. Instead of Follow the Buzzards, it was Follow the Enlightenment. Last year, I made a video called Why Bray Wyatt is WWE's Greatest Creation. It was a celebration of Wyndham's immense creativity and resilience. So I can't understate how much Bray meant to me as a wrestling fan. He reminded me of why I became a fan of wrestling in the first place. He made me feel like a kid watching it for the very first time again. At this day and age, there's not that many people that I can watch and I feel so connected to that character or to that wrestler that I'm genuinely upset whenever they lose. But as you can imagine, Bray was one of those people. But even though he accomplished so much, this last run felt like it never got a chance to get up off the ground. And I feel like we never really scratched the surface of his full potential. But my heart pours out for JoJo, all of his kids, Bo Dallas, IRS, the entire Rotunda family. I can't even begin to fathom what they're going through right now. I send out those same condolences and prayers and support to all of his friends and his extended wrestling family in the WWE and outside of it. SmackDown was a really tough watch, but it was honestly a beautiful night. There was so much thought and care put into the presentation and the tributes for both Terry and Bray. Having Bray's last opponent ever at LA Knight and The Fiend's first opponent and Finn Balor being the main event match, The video package and the rocking chair in the beginning of the show, the image of Bray with wings as a firefly at the end, and bringing Rowan on stage to be with everyone. WWE always does an exceptional job with these kinds of things. And let's not forget what the wrestlers have done on their own social media pages. Braun and Alexa with those gut-wrenching posts. Seth and Miro posting these just wonderfully kind videos. I also saw that Karrion Kross and Shotzi and Rob Fee getting the matching Firefly tattoos. It's been so comforting to see as a fan, to just see this outpouring and unity and love and support for someone that meant so much to them as a friend. I just think we just need to keep this good love and positivity and energy going forward in his honor. Let's do this to keep Bray's memory alive, not just for his character, but what he stood for. One of the constant threads that I saw from his friends and, the wrestlers on social media was just how truly kind-hearted Windham Rotunda was. And there's something that Mojo Rawley said that, yeah, Bray Wyatt was great, but he couldn't hold a candle to Windham Rotunda. I strongly encourage you guys to check out JTG's story about Bray Wyatt. Despite this car sideswiping them and almost running into him and JTG while they were traveling, that Bray went out of his way to go rescue the young girls from the car once it had flipped upside down. Warm smile and laugh. Like, you see those things and those themes throughout all of these posts, and it's truly beautiful. I saw that WWE is going to donate all the proceeds from Bray Wyatt's merchandise to his family, and I think that is such a beautiful gesture and means of support, because they're going to need every ounce of it that they can get. When you lose someone like that you love, especially for those kids losing their father, JoJo, her fiance, his parents losing their son, Bo losing his brother, the list goes on. You can never replace someone like that. You have to hold on and cherish those memories and the good times to help carry you through. And for us as fans, a lot of us may have not had the opportunity or privilege to meet him in person, but we were able to enjoy his art and the gifts that he gave us, that he wanted us to take, and the special connection that we had to him as fans. That's something that nobody can ever take away. But if I could share something with you that gave me a lot of encouragement and a little bit of peace right now, it's something from the man himself. Wrestling is not a love story. It's much more. It's hope. And in a world surrounded in hate, greed, and violence, a world where closure may never come, we know a place that has hot and cold hope on tap, for better or for worse. To a man that dared to color outside of the lines and take the industry to heights it's never seen before. To a man that rose to the top of the industry on multiple occasions by constantly evolving and never giving up on himself. To a man that gave us countless segments, promos, and matches that we could spend for hours adoring, speculating, and bantering about. Who provided escapism despite our age, background, and where we came from. To a man that gave us all hope and inspired us to create our own works of art, and showed us that there is nothing wrong with unapologetically being your own unique self, regardless if some people don't understand you. To our eater of worlds, new face of fear, man of 1,000 truths, fiend, white rabbit, and to those closest to you, friend, brother, son, husband, father, you will always live on in our hearts and memories. I know Brody is more than happy to see you, and you know what that means. When we were weak, when we were vulnerable, when we were down, we found your words. Thank you, Bray. Thank you, Windham. You saved our lives. And I can positively say more now than ever that you still got the whole damn world in your hands. And fireflies fly forever.